From ancient scrolls to timeless truths. This is Timeless Bible Tales. Don't forget to subscribe and journey with us through Scripture's greatest stories.
What if I told you? Not every fallen angel stayed fallen. That hidden between the verses of Scripture and the shadows of eternity lies a secret too dangerous to speak, a story heaven never intended to survive. A single angel, cast down alongside Lucifer in the celestial rebellion, who came back, not to seek redemption, not to wage revenge, but cloaked in silence, carrying something so terrifying it had to be locked away before humanity ever breathed its first breath. He didn't return as a hero, nor as a traitor. He returned with a secret so devastating it threatened the cosmic balance of heaven and hell. And if what he carries is real, then the war in heaven never truly ended, it merely paused. His name is Namtael, and his secret could shatter everything we think we know about angels, rebellion, and the quiet war still unfolding above us. But why don't the scriptures speak of him? Why would heaven allow a fallen one back? And most disturbingly, what did he witness in the abyss that heaven doesn't want us to know? If you're bold enough to hear it, I'll take you into a tale whispered by mystics, buried in forgotten scrolls, and feared even by the watchers. A tale meant to be experienced, not just read. Long before Earth sighed its first breath, before stars glittered across the cosmic ocean, Namtael walked the halls of heaven. Not a warrior like Michael, not a herald like Gabriel. He was a scribe, a keeper of scrolls, time, memory, and divine prophecy. His name meant God's recorder. He chronicled events and intentions. He foresaw destinies but was forbidden to alter them. But Namtael felt too deeply. Unlike his fellow scribes, he loved creation. He marveled at fragile humanity. So when Lucifer began to sow doubt among the hosts, Namtael didn't accuse. He listened. Not in agreement, but in search of understanding. And that was his undoing. Have you ever stood between two truths, paralyzed by conviction on both sides? That was Namtael. He didn't fall in hatred. He fell in silence. And when the stars began to fall, 1/3 of heaven dimmed, he was among them, scrolls still clutched to his chest. Heaven erupted, Michael's blade slicing through cosmos. Angelic light darkened by fury. Namtael didn't fight, but he also didn't stand. So he was counted with the fallen. But his descent was not in rage, it was in sorrow. He fell into a place beyond torment, a realm called the outer darkness. Not hell, not fire, but a place where memory distorts and silence hunts you, where the watchers are chained and even divine ink runs dry. Lucifer never claimed him. Demons distrusted him. Heaven barred him. He became a ghost, feared even among the damned. But deep in the abyss, Namtael found something no being, celestial or cursed, had ever seen, a veil where heaven and hell briefly blurred. And behind it, a whisper. Not holy, not profane. Older. Why do you still carry the scrolls? It asked. Namtael's heart replied, because if I don't remember, no one will. And then came visions, not of what was, but what will be. A war to eclipse the first rebellion. A betrayal no throne foresaw. And so Namtael wrote events, judgments. The scroll became more than a prophecy, it became a warning, a weapon. So potent that even the seraphim would tremble to touch it. No fallen had ever returned. Yet Namtael walked to the gates of heaven, scroll bound in chains. Eyes lowered. No plea. No trickery. Just truth. The gatekeepers raised their swords. He knelt. Michael arrived. Namtael, why have you returned? Namtael answered, because what I carry does not belong in hell, and cannot remain in my hands. Michael, forged for battle, hesitated, for in Namtael's eyes was not defiance, but dread. He was taken before the throne. The book of Enoch says none survive such an approach after rebellion. God's presence consumes the unworthy. Yet Namtael was allowed to speak. He did not read the scroll aloud. He simply said, this was never meant to be known. But I could not let it be lost. Some say it revealed the final traitor's name. Others say it unveiled the secret God whispered to Lucifer as he fell, the one that made him smile. God read the scroll. And heaven went silent for 7 days. Then came the verdict: Namtael would stay, but not restored, not welcomed. He would remain on the fringes of glory, a silent guardian of a storm still forming. The scroll was sealed, 7 divine inscriptions, locked in darkness, guarded by a nameless angel. Only God may unseal it when the end begins. Namtael wasn't celebrated. He wasn't reinstated. He simply watches. And the scroll? If opened too soon, it could spark a preemptive war, consuming creation in flames not yet faded. So heaven chose silence. And Namtael accepted it. Can you imagine carrying a secret that could unravel eternity, and being told you must never speak? Every angel he passes, he wonders, is it you? Every chaos he witnesses on earth, he asks, is this the moment? He isn't a warrior, not a judge. He is a witness. And the scroll remains sealed until the last trumpet. But why was he chosen? Perhaps because he knows the dark, because he has walked through it and come back. Perhaps he's the only one who can spot it when it rises again. And now comes the part that matters. We live between the silence and the sound. We were never meant to know the scroll's contents. But what matters is what we choose to see now. Are we alert to subtle signs? Will we question, not to doubt, but to discern? Namtael may be watching. Maybe he stands unseen beside your bed. Maybe he writes your name when you choose compassion over pride, forgiveness over fury. He's not a threat. He's a witness. And one day, when the scroll opens, your name may be inside. Not as a warning, but as a light that still stood even when the heavens were silent. You don't need a sword. You don't need wings. You need only the courage to see what others overlook. Heaven is still watching. And sometimes, so is the angel who came back from the dark. If you're intrigued by angels, cosmic wars, and hidden truths buried deep in the lines of Scripture, then you're in the right place. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss the mysteries yet to be revealed. This is the story of Namtael, and it is far from over, because the scroll remains sealed.